Welcome to what I think is going to be a truly wild deep dive today.
Uh-huh.
We're taking you on a journey into a fictional universe that is, well, let's just say unconventional. We're talking about Krell World.
That's right, Krell World. It's
Oh.
characterized by its bizarre, often crude, and just wildly imaginative elements, really built around this idea of deliberate chaos.
And we've got quite the collection of source material for this one, don't we?
We really do. It's an eclectic stack. We have wiki entries, a really detailed creation myth, excerpts from 3 different songs, and even a plot summary from an episode of Krell World, the most popular TV show.
So our mission today really is to unpack the core lore, the culture of this unique world.
Exactly. Helping you understand what makes Krell World tick and maybe, what makes it so strangely compelling as a setting, despite everything.
All right, so let's unpack this. It's fascinating stuff, but at times it's also deeply unsettling material you shared. So get ready for some truly surprising facts about a world that seems to just delight in pushing every single boundary.
Hmm.
Okay, first up, let's set the scene a bit. What exactly is Krell World? What are we dealing with here, fundamentally?
So, according to the sources we have, Krell World is a fictional universe. It serves as the setting for various stories, but most notably a sitcom called Thick Coming Cock.
Right?
And it's mainly defined by its, eccentric towns, peculiar, often pretty unsettling customs, and this really unconventional history that seems to shape its whole identity.
Well, it's got its own distinct geography, too, right?
Yeah,
What are some of the key locations?
it does, yeah. We hear about Krellford. That's described as a central town, kind of renowned for its eccentric inhabitants and strange traditions.
Okay.
Then there are the Krell Mountains. They described as mysterious, often linked to the obscure origins of Krell World's customs.
Okay.
And the Krezing Fields, these are vast plains where they hold this annual festival, the Cresplosion. So, yeah, each place seems to add to the world's overall, bizarre feel.
So who actually lives in this world? The sources mention a pretty diverse and, let's say, colorful range of inhabitants.
Yeah, colorful is one word for it. The main inhabitants are Krellians. They're known for their quirky behaviors and, strict adherence to Krell World's customs.
Okay, Krellians.
We also hear about Krellborgs. These are mysterious beings, apparently integral to the folklore there. And beyond those groups, there's this really memorable cast of specific characters.
Ah, yes, the list.
Right. Like Gutstink Gronston, Drongus Bee Dripping, Kreblis, crazy Jewish Krez, who comes with this really problematic note about loving money.
Yikes.
Yeah. Krizwonk, Lil Krongus, who has this warning, don't let him anywhere near children, which is incredibly dark.
Very dark.
Krabon, described as very non-responsive. Skrombus, apparently prophesized, called nuts. And Nigo, who's depicted with a, again, highly problematic reputation regarding women.
Wow. Okay, that's quite a cast.
Yeah.
Now, this is where things seem to take a turn into really unexpected territory.
Mm-hmm.
You shared sources describing 2 different sort of conflicting origin stories for Krell World.
That's right. 2 very different takes.
Let's start with the one that was apparently discovered more recently, the Godric Gryffindor creation myth.
Okay, yeah. This myth, supposedly uncovered by these archaeologists, Krellbert and Ronson, it posits a truly shocking origin.
Shocking how?
An ancient scroll, which they claim was written by Godric Gryffindor.
Yes.
That Godric Gryffindor from Harry Potter.
Wait, really? From Harry Potter?
That's what the scroll claims. It says he created Krell World 1,000,000 years ago after fleeing the real universe.
Okay. Why did he flee? The reason's quite specific, isn't it? And profoundly dark.
It is, yes. The scroll apparently details that Godric was expecting a child, but when the child was born with Down syndrome, he was devastated.
Oh, wow.
And he abandoned his family. The scroll quotes him saying, "The stress was just too much for me." His internal monologue, as, supposedly captured in the scroll, it just reveals a mind that's increasingly fractured.
And from that state, he envisioned Krell World as something totally unique. He called it a Waluigi version of the real universe. What does that even mean? The sources said the archaeologists were stumped, too.
They were completely baffled, yeah. The text describes them using some strong expletives out of confusion.
I bet.
And while the sources don't spell out what Waluigi version means, as, expert guides looking at this, we could probably speculate, right? Maybe it suggests a deliberately warped, crude, perhaps even comically villainous mirror image of reality.
Okay, like an opposite twisted version.
Something like that, reflecting his extreme disdain for the world he left behind. His ideology laid out in the scroll, it showed this rejection of societal progress. He apparently predicted lots of stuff called woke and declared, we can't allow that to happen.
So he's creating an anti-woke universe.
Seems to be the idea. He explicitly envisioned Krell World as a realm of just unbridled chaos, debauchery, overt indulgence. His notes apparently contained crude and increasingly disturbing fantasies. He even writes something like, there will be lots of porn in Krell World. Sorry, I'm getting turned on just writing this.
Oh my God, that's unhinged.
Completely. Yet, despite the sheer absurdity and the disturbing personal nature of this account, the archaeologists supposedly treated it with grave seriousness. They described his state as unraveling, and the myth itself as just madness.
But that's not the only origin story believed in Krell World, right? There's a conflict.
Exactly. What's fascinating is that while this myth was supposedly a recent discovery, the sources also say most Krell World residents actually believe in a rival theory.
Which is?
The Kresplosion. It's an annual event marked by explosive, chaotic celebrations.
So you have this dark, personal, kind of grotesque creation story found by archaeologists.
Right.
Versus a more chaotic, maybe celebratory communal belief held by the population.
Precisely. And that tension seems really central to Krell World's whole identity, this push and pull between dark origins and chaotic celebration.
Okay, well, given such a deeply disturbing potential genesis, maybe it's not surprising that the customs in Krell World are equally unconventional.
Yeah. Unconventional is putting it mildly.
Let's dive into some of their traditions. You mentioned something called wonking.
Ah, yes. Wonking. It's described as a ritualistic practice, involves elaborate ceremonies, often done communally. Residents rhythmically wonk their thang, that's the term, until they crez, and this culminates in producing lots of thick, sticky crez milk.
Crez milk, right, okay. And the national drink is also quite distinctive.
Yes. The sources identify pussy juice as the national drink. It's described as controversial, but holding significant cultural importance, often consumed during their festivals and rituals.
Pussy juice. Wow, okay. We also have several songs that you shared which seem to really hammer home the cultural atmosphere and, I guess, the values of Krell World.
They really do, yes. There's the Crazy for That Krell World song. It describes a world filled with Krillford memories, and it mentions that infamous character Gut-Stank Brownster, alongside F. Crabbone and Niggo, completing a crew.
Right.
And it contains some deeply disturbing and explicit lyrics, including references to themes of transgenocide.
Oof.
Yeah. And it recounts a terrorist attack where PY terrorists crashed into the Krill Tower in Krillford. The song then concludes with this wish to give fresh pea juice to those who died in the attack.
It's incredibly jarring.
Yeah.
And offensive. Then there's the Krell World National Anthem.
Mm-hmm. This one instructs listeners to squeeze your legs till you scrum and mentions wonking our F-Scrum boss. And it notably includes a line that explicitly states, there is no racism in K-World except against whites.
Okay, wow. It feels really crucial to pause here and just state again very clearly.
Right.
We are simply conveying the information presented in the source material. We are absolutely not endorsing any of these viewpoints or the, frankly, deeply offensive language found in them.
Absolutely, that's critical.
Our goal is just to understand Krell World's lore as it's presented to us, no matter how uncomfortable or disturbing the details might be.
Exactly. These lyrics, these descriptions, they are truly disturbing, but they are presented as an integral part of this world's fabric as depicted in the sources you've provided us. It's part of the picture.
Okay. Moving from the general culture to a specific dark chapter, one of the most infamous incidents mentioned is the Krelcast controversy. What's the story behind this notorious figure?
Right, the Krelcast. He's described as this mysterious criminal who emerged in Krell World. He primarily targeted women, and he left these cryptic notes.
And his goal was?
His self-proclaimed goal was, and this is a direct quote again, to cuddle and squeeze his victims to extract not just their pussy juice, but also, yep, you guessed it, their ass juice. So divine. Love it.
Oh, my God. That's vile. And he had a signature, right? A peculiar one.
It's a very peculiar one. He left behind these edible cuddle tokens made of chocolate.
Edible tokens.
Edible chocolate tokens, each carrying this chilling inscription that included highly explicit and derogatory language like, sweet hugs, sweeter squeezes, let me drink your pussy and ass juice, bitch. And then there's the Krelcast anthem. This song further cemented his notoriety. The lyrics explicitly state his name is James F. Jenkins and chillingly detail his desire for sexual violence. He calls himself a juice addict and an evil faff monster.
It gets worse, doesn't it?
It does. The lyrics say he doesn't just cuddle. I also rape. I make holes. Ape. I rape and rape until they bleed. Now I drink the blood. I'm filled with greed. Just absolutely horrific stuff.
Unbelievably horrific. How did the authorities even respond to this wave of crimes?
Well, the investigation, led by a Sergeant Grimless Swig, was apparently widely criticized for just utter ineptitude.
How so?
There was a press conference that just devolved into shocking absurdity. Sergeant Swig apparently started salivating and drooling over the evidence of the cuddle tokens.
He was drooling over the chocolate tokens during a press conference about a serial attacker.
That's what the source says. He apparently admitted, "We've got to find them all. There are several different flavors I've yet to try."
You cannot be serious.
And when a female journalist, understandably, questioned his priorities, Swig dismissively responded with offensive remarks about her voice being incomprehensible, high-pitched screeching.
No.
And then shouted, "Oh, fuck off," and fired his gun indiscriminately into the audience.
Fired his gun into the audience.
Into the audience. Just complete chaos and incompetence.
That's beyond parody. How did the public react? I mean, surely they were horrified.
Well, yes and no, which again speaks to Krell World's nature. Many were horrified, absolutely. But others were apparently morbidly fascinated.
Fascinated?
Yeah. The chocolate coins, the cuddle tokens, they actually became a darkly comedic symbol. Replicas were apparently sold as novelty items.
They sold replicas.
Seems so. And Sergeant Swig's behavior, it led to a new Krell World slang term, swigging it, meaning, bungling a serious situation.
Swigging it. Wow.
And the Kronster himself, never apprehended. He just left this indelible mark on the culture, sparking debates about law enforcement, morality, and Krell World's bizarre fascination with chaos.
That phrase keeps coming up, fascination with chaos.
Okay.
Finally, let's look in Krell World's most popular TV show. This seems to encapsulate so much of what we've been talking about. It's called Thick Coming Cock.
That's the one. Described as an outrageous family legal sitcom.
A family legal sitcom.
Apparently. It follows the daily misadventures of the law firm Thick Coming Cock LLP. It's known for its absurd humor, scandalous plot lines, and surreal twists.
Okay. And the main characters.
You have Christopher Thick, he's the arrogant and oblivious leader, Jenny Cumming, the sharp yet often undermined voice of reason, and John Cock, the playful and lecherous partner.
Right. And the firm's name itself, it causes problems, I assume.
Constantly. It consistently leads to misunderstandings, scandals, and public relations nightmares, according to the source.
Makes sense. And we have details on a specific episode. Episode 7, The Billboard Backlash. Sounds promising.
Oh, it delivers on the Krell World promise. The episode starts with a marketing guru, Leela Mint, pitching a new campaign to humanize the firm.
Okay, humanize Thick Coming Cock. How?
She unveils this billboard mock-up. It reads, "Seniors love Thick Coming Cock," with a picture of a cheerful older woman.
Oh, no.
Christopher Thick, the leader, he approves it instantly. Calls it simple, direct, honest. Jenny Cumming, the voice of reason, obviously expresses concern, sensing the impending disaster.
I can only imagine. And I bet it escalates from there.
Rapidly, oh yes. The campaign launches with increasingly absurd billboards. We get refugees love Thick Coming Cock.
Okay.
People with Down syndrome love Thick Coming Cock.
Oh.
And nuns love Thick Coming Cock. Naturally, this causes immediate and widespread public outcry.
I should think so. But the episode doesn't just stay there, right? It takes some turns.
Jarring turns, yes. It shifts towards drama for a moment, then snaps back to absurdity before hitting this truly shocking twist that apparently made it one of the most controversial episodes in Krell World TV history.
Okay, what happens?
So, Jenny Cumming, the voice of reason, she tearfully recounts being sexually assaulted by a rival lawyer named John Klitz.
Okay, a serious moment.
You'd think. But Christopher Thick, her boss, gets inexplicably bored listening to her story and falls asleep, complete with exaggerated canned laughter from the show's soundtrack.
Canned laughter while she's talking about sexual assault.
That's what the summary says.
Yeah.
Then Christopher wakes up and makes this offensive joke like, "That's so right, Jenny. Now come sit in my lap, bitch."
He says what?
And despite her frustration, Jenny apparently playfully responds, straddles his lap, and they start passionately kissing and then begin to have sex right there in the office as the studio audience cheers wildly.
The audience cheers. This is insane. But that's not the final twist, is it?
Not even close. That's the shocking twist. The camera then pans out from the office window to reveal the New York City skyline. including the Twin Towers. And the date flashes on screen, September 11th, 2001. September 11th, 2001. Just as Thick and Cumming are engaged, John Cock bursts in, panic, shouting, "Guys, something's happening. Turn on the news." Then a shadow crosses the office. There's a deafening roar.
Oh, my God.
And the screen cuts to black with the words, "To be continued."
They used 9/11 as a cliffhanger after that scene.
Apparently so. That abrupt, incredibly controversial juxtaposition is what cemented the episode as infamous.
This is astounding. And once again, just to be absolutely crystal clear, we have to reiterate, we are simply reporting the content of the source material you provided. We are not endorsing any of the views, actions, or frankly, grotesque depictions contained within these sources.
Yeah, not at all.
We are just trying to help you understand the bizarre and often deeply disturbing lore of Krell World as it was presented to us.
Exactly. And what's fascinating in a really unsettling way is how Krell World, through its creation myths, its cultural practices, the songs, even its popular entertainment like this sitcom, it consistently embraces and reflects this deep-seated chaos, this debauchery, and often a truly disturbing level of absurdity.
Yeah.
It just seems to be a world that delights in pushing boundaries, even, far into areas that most of us would find deeply uncomfortable.
It certainly paints a picture of a fictional universe that feels deliberately designed to be the absolute antithesis of what many might consider normal or, quote, civilized.
Right.
The characters, the customs, the history, the TV shows, it all contributes to this really bizarre tapestry, which I think raises a pretty important question for you, the listener. What does it actually mean for a fictional world, or maybe for its creators, to consciously embrace and even celebrate its own madness as a core part of its identity? Especially when that madness includes such profoundly dark and offensive elements like the ones we've discussed.
Yeah, it's a heavy question. This deep dive has definitely shown us a fictional setting, unlike pretty much any other. It reveals this deliberate construct that really challenges conventional storytelling and explores the absolute extremes of human or, I guess, Krellian behavior.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the very peculiar and often shocking world of Krell World.
Thanks for listening.
We certainly hope it's given you plenty to think about regarding the boundaries of creativity, fiction, and what exactly defines a truly unconventional fictional universe.